that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation. This is actually a tactic now that governments use, people who work in government or are connected to government. What they do is you get the official letter, you get 30 or 40 or 50 or 100 like-minded people, and they'll all go along because they all want to get the research grants, right?
Yeah.
You can't be a free agent. You can't act like Trump. You have to fall into line if you want future money. So you sign the paper, they publish it, they take an ad out in the New York Times, whatever. And now you have the official story, and if you speak out against it, it's like, oh, I don't know, there's 100 scientists here. You say you know more than these 100 scientists? You say you know more than these 50 CIA officials? You see how it works?
So at the center of this, again, is what's called gain-of-function research. GOF.
Dr. Fauci.
And these are designed in labs to figure out what they can do with the virus, in some cases to make it more potent, in some way to alter it. Now, what the company Eco Alliance put out today, I had not seen this story before, but they put out a statement over a year ago saying that the particular grant money that was sent from Eco Health Alliance to the Wuhan lab, and they said they provided proof of this from the lab, that it was done on coronavirus studies that were genetically far distant from SARS-CoV-2, which is what we ended up with the whatever they were. When I read this today, this statement, the one thing I got from it is that, well, it may not have been our grant money that resulted in research at the Wuhan lab that resulted in the coronavirus that leaked. It could have been some other money that they got, the Chinese money. They're just trying to say it certainly didn't come from our particular grant money from NIH. I mean, clearly there are other sources that this lab was funded.
Or they're just
It
lying.
wasn't completely funded by just NIH money.
Or they're just trying to confuse the issue. They're trying to misdirect people. I mean, what Huff is saying is that the Eco Health Alliance was working with the Wuhan lab on gain-of-function research with the support of the U.S. government. And he soon realized the virus would never occur in nature and had been developed into a much more powerful pathogen in the lab, genetically engineered in Wuhan through funding by the U.S. government.
Now, Huff was never at the lab in Wuhan. I don't think he says that either. But that's what the company is saying. He was never assigned there. He didn't have any direct work there. But, yes, that's what they do. All I'm trying to say is, and the other response from Eco Health Alliance is that 75% when these viruses emerge, they do come from the animal to human transmission. They're relatively rarely like lab leak stuff or lab stuff.
Michael Schellenberger is doing a story on this as well. And he quotes Huff as saying, why on earth would the Chinese ever allow us into that laboratory? If they're doing bioweapons development, they have their own program going. They do not need our money. But what they do need is our advanced biotechnology, and they need our training. And when I look at this, at the end of the day, this looks like an exchange of biotechnology for access to their laboratory. In other words, we give them our latest biotechnology in exchange for seeing what they're doing with that virus.
Oh, I see.
And even the head of the World Health Organization told European officials in June that he thinks COVID leaked from a catastrophic accident in the laboratory.